Hello, we are live. Hopefully, we're live. I hope the sound's coming out the right thing. I have got my Yeti mic plugged in, but otherwise it will be the MacBook mic. But no, there's a mute button for the microphone. That's helpful. No, it's quite. I think it's using the MacBook. Oh, poo. Why are you not working? I need some proper streaming software. Yeah, just using the built-in microphone on the Mac, and I was meant to be using the Yeti mic, but I don't know. There's no way for me to monitor. Well, there probably is, but I just don't do this often enough. I do PlayStation Lives occasionally, and done a couple on here when I've been using the camera. I'm not using the Panasonic HCX 2000, which is obviously the camera to use when doing streaming from a camera because it's all built in and everything. But I decided to use the Mac, mainly because I couldn't be asked to get the camera out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing these more frequently. It's pretty much every day I get questions regarding one of my camera videos, whether it be capture settings or recommendations on the retro side. So I thought I might start doing some lives so we can actually do this in real time. I've got slow mode on in the comments, so not obviously hundreds of people. I'm expecting thousands of people to come into the live suddenly. But yeah, it's just easier that way. Make sure I definitely see the question if you ask it. What's really bugging me as well, which is on the PlayStation, it's fine. You can just go in and do whatever for the topics. But on here, on the computer, you'd think there's an easy way for you to select a subject because it's on gaming. I'm not on the gaming. It's just saved that because I did it last time via the PlayStation, but it doesn't seem to be any way to edit anything. So edit here. Can I do anything? Camera talk title, description. Choose broadcast type, webcam. It's grayed out, so it won't let me do anything else. Live chat, definitely, obviously want that. Slow mode, yeah, there's nothing here about settings. Weird. Anyway, hopefully somebody joins, because otherwise this is just going to be a video where I'm talking to myself, and it'll be uploaded later for people to see it and not be able to ask any questions. So maybe if I just stay on here while I go about my normal things. Yeah, I haven't had any new cameras, not got any more retro stuff. I'm at the point now where I've slimmed down to the best of the best stuff, really. Certainly, I've got rid of a few I didn't want to, but money is what it is. But in terms of purchasing any, if I was to buy anything more, the retro collection, it would be something that's outrageously expensive because it's rare, like the VX1000. Getting one of those working and what have you. Never had the VX1000. Never looks like I probably will do. Had the 2100. That was a really nice camera. Had to get rid of it, but yes, that was a very good camera, and they're loved by skaters, so they hold value. So I didn't even take a loss on that. If you buy those cameras and it's still working and you can sell it, realistically speaking, you're still going to get a good chunk of money for it. So that's what happened whenever that was. Have got uploads from it, definitely. There's only a few. I lost one of my tapes, as well, that had some stuff in there over the years, because I got that quite a long time ago off my brother. And yeah, then at that point, that was really my own camcorder for a while, but I didn't really use it much. Life was in the way. But hello, person that's joined. But yeah, just talking at the moment about cameras, hoping anybody's got any questions they want answered regarding the retro stuff to do it, and I can answer it. Hello, Steve, how you doing? Yeah, just thought I'd get on. Gonna thinking about doing this more of a common thing versus just putting videos out, so I can answer all those camera questions live. Because it's easier and it's good sort of community wise to do that and sort of drive the YouTube, get more serious with it and what have you. Because my uploads they're random. I'm very aware they're random. I'll go for a stage of having lots of energy of my health and being better and bashing out 3 videos in a day, and then you'll hear nothing for a couple of weeks. And yeah, I did. One of the most recent things was I went to an air museum, and I only used, did I? I had my camera that day. I actually took a photo camera. One of those, those old fashioned things that, used to get used. I also did admittedly have my iPhone, and I took the vast majority of video on that because it smells better. It's an old Canon D600, which I've had from new, which is about 12 years old now. She's doing well. Still got the original battery that still holds a full charge. I like that. That's good because most batteries these days, we'll say these days, 12 years ago, don't last that long. So Sony is crazy good with those L-type batteries. Those things are, God, I think they survived nuclear war. They go on for a long time. The small ones, not so much. The large ones I've got, really, the proper big beefy Sony ones, they're still going strong, still have over 4 hours, which is crazy considering how old they are. But yes, no new cameras on the horizon. As I was saying earlier, I've got sort of a good selection of the best, and got rid of some I didn't want to. But yeah, HDV wise, I've just got the big Sony FX1000. That camera's just staying. It's a very, very nice camera. It's basically the last of tape-based and probably one of the last HD tape-based camcorders ever made. And then there was the model up from it, I think it was the FX7, which had the ability to get the digital recorder, which I would love to own. But those digital recorders now, they'll go for more than they'll bought for the camera. You're looking sort of $450 if you're lucky. The people go to crazy prices to like £600 on eBay to buy those digital things, which is a flash CF card, flash-based recorder. Just whack it on the back of the camera and you can record to that instead of the tape, or do both at the same time, which is a very nice feature. But yes, no, I did have the Z5, which did do that as well. But again, I didn't have the recorder. That camera was very, very faulty and got far, far worse than the time that I owned it. So that got sold on for spares some time ago now. What's going on outside? Toby's moving around. But yes, just need to get some more sort of outdoory content. As much as I can, really. Want to mix it up with going out with the old Hi8s, because how much my passion is for those old retro cameras. Hi8's brilliant. And the best one, the best Video 8 one, the TR730, which I don't know why I like it so much over the other ones, but I do. Is it the fact that it's got a color viewfinder, which is pretty rare because most have black and white. Most had black and white. It's quite old. Still got a tape in there because I did a video the other day. But it's just got all the best features, really. You've got the steady shot. You've got the digital effects. Yeah, I don't use them most of the time. It's got the original 1998 night shot because this is when this camera came out, 98. It's just a pleasure to use, really. And Video 8 XR, which is a rare thing in itself, because the XR came in to really combat, it was on Hi8 and it came out to combat VHS, Super VHS. So sort of as a last stand, Sony bumped up to the XR, which gave it a couple of hundred more lines of resolution. And then they chucked it in the Video 8, which is weird because Video 8 had already been replaced by Hi8. Oh, you have to get a few more cameras yourself. Yeah, it's just getting deals these days on eBay, because you're getting the mixture of people knowing what they're worth and then selling them at a large amount of money. Digital 8 cameras, especially now, if you've got the ones where they can do the backward compatibility and play the Video 8 in Hi8, you're looking over £200, more like 300 these days. Yeah, at some point, I always keep an eye out for deals. But with the amount of cameras I've owned in the videos I've done, I've covered quite a range of them. So it got to the point where I was buying the same models again and then selling them off because, had to. But yeah, the VX1000 would be a lovely one to own, but I'm not spending £600 on something that's really highly unlikely to work. They were very problematic with the ribbon cable on the door, which is, I'd say, 80% of the problems out there with the VX1000s is the tape door doesn't work and none of the video functions work. And if you can't get the tape in, you can't get it out. And that's because of the ribbon cable. Every time the door opened, Sony, being stupid, put a cable there and that just rips over time. And then tape heads being well used because that camera is so loved by skaters, and those cameras not being looked after because they're loved by skaters. So a lot of them being kicked, thrown, God knows what. So buying a VX1000, you're basically buying something sold as seen. If someone sells it as working, it's highly unlikely it probably will be. But it is what it is. But yeah, the 2100 VX 2100 was a lovely camera. Do regret selling that, but again, I had to do it at the time. But yeah, those sort of cameras are workhorse cameras. Same with the Sony FX1000, the HDV camera from 2004. That was a workhorse of a camera. I bought that and took it to do a filming shoot back in the day when I could lug around these heavy items. I went out, filmed it. I only had it a couple of days. I got it, but I got it from somebody I'd bought a previous camera from. So I bought it, took it out for a filming shoot day. It ran all day. It was without any problems. It was an amazing camera. Very trusted and loved. And that was it. It was the Z1 I got from that eBayer. Some guy in Poland was selling them. I don't know if they're still around on eBay, but yeah, they always had very good ratings. And back when we were in the EU still, so delivery was free. Now, obviously, it'd be import crap and all of that charges on it. But yeah, I got the original. I got the Z1, which I filmed hundreds of hours on that. When that thing gave up, I think it was well over like 1,500 hours on the head. It was a lot. It was a lot. DV cam. Yeah, I love DV cam. It's one of the weird things is that that thing was that format was obviously the professional format, and so you'd expect it to be more stable as it was sold to be. The audio sync thing, that's the only time I found out about audio sync and why the audio locked is such a important thing when you're editing, because the cameras that don't have DV cam don't have audio sync, and audio just drops later in the videos. There's nothing much you can do about it. There was a way of selling DV cam was locked audio was a professional thing, which professionals need. Can't be editing stuff and have audio slipping out of sync and TV productions. But DV cam, can you remind me again what one you've got of DV cam? What the unit is? Is the so many cameras in my mind. Yeah, I've had a couple. I had the PD 170. Yes, the 570. Yeah, big tank. Yeah, lovely camera. I haven't owned one of those. They probably won't because of the weight. Yeah, they are. Yeah, very good. And if you can get a working one, brilliant. God, the PD 150 didn't last long for me at all. That thing really died a death. It worked straight off the get-go. It was a very stinky camera I got from somebody who was obviously a chain smoker, and it wasn't in a good condition when I got it, but I put a cleaner tape in it and it worked perfect for a while, and then eventually it gave up the ghost, and I tried fixing it and I broke more than I fixed. Hello everybody. Yeah, I'm just here to repeat. I'm going to make this more of a recurring thing going live, because then people that are asking me, most days I get questions regarding either how I captured that and why it looks so good. Hello. And is that me doing that, triggering hands? Yeah. Yeah, get people asking about how I capture things or recommendations on cameras and what ones are good, what ones are bad. If it's a high that you're after, can't go wrong with the TRV65, the 87, which was the slightly newer model. That was 99 versus 98, 1999. And yeah, that was a lovely camera. I prefer the design of 65, but picture quality wise, the 87 seemed to be that little bit sharper, better color. That was the thing. The 65, and my brother noticed it as well. It's a bit milky, the colors on these. I was like, yeah, which is strange because it's an XR unit and they were going to have more lines and all the rest of it. Picture's great, but yeah, it had a weird coloring, milky tint to it. I don't know if that's an age thing or it was just a camera, because I saw multiple people upload videos from there and they all look the same. So it sort of had a grey, washy, milky look. It was a bit strange, but yeah, quality was good. Low light exceptional. Camera collection, oh, definitely. When I get to the 1,000 mark, not far off, which is unbelievable to me. I remember when I got 100 subs and I was like, where are all these people coming from? Turns out everywhere. You're all over the place. But yeah, I will definitely do a 1,000 sub thing. I think I'm around 952 last time I checked. I get the emails, keep checking. Videos that always seem to do well are the Xbox controller one. There's no update to that because the controller's still working, or the replacement one was, because I had the faulty one that I cleaned and fixed. briefly, and because it was so new, I got it replaced, and I've not had any problems with the new one going as bad as that anyway. But it turns out the Elite controllers are really not special at all. Build quality is not good for what you're paying. 2000s camera, which you should Sony the EX3. I haven't got an EX3. Beautiful camera, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have a move around with them, I think, in the camera collection wise, but it's just getting something that I haven't had that's worth having, and so on. But yes, I did do. It was a short in the end because it was back when YouTube was pushing shorts. So they don't seem to be doing that as much now, which is good because I don't like chucking stuff in 30-second clips and what have you. But yeah, camera collection wise, you've got all the most up-to-date information. I haven't bought anything since. And yeah, I haven't really slimmed down anymore since then as well, in weight or in cameras, fortunately. Despite all the extra exercise, I am not doing as much as I should be able to do. No, that's not right. I'm running out of energy already. Been on the exercise bike twice this morning. I'm taking Toby out, so the fibro is kicking my ass. But staying true to it, staying on course. Just got to stop, rest, recharge, do it again, rinse, repeat, that sort of thing. Music collection wise, I did the vinyls. I finally got that done. That was a long waited video. It's not massively doing well in views or anything, but I wanted to do it because that is my collection of music to date. I haven't bought any more vinyl. Should start doing that as a second, going to secondhand stores and picking them up, because the ones I've got have either been a couple on eBay, but most have been brand new from Amazon, because obviously vinyl's got this massive comeback and a lot of albums are being re-released, and now albums which I'm not going to buy any more of the old ones, because the copies of the songs that are putting on there are not the original copies, and they're not as good. But yeah, the official first and second on vinyl is as it was, and it was amazing. So I'll keep those on vinyl. Some of the new artists obviously bring out more and more vinyl, so it's good. It's a good time to be in the music, for the music lovers, because especially the vinyl lovers, because it's all coming back. Where CD and physical media is, in general, otherwise is dying off, which is not good. We don't want to be in a situation where your only option is to stream. I was around with friends last week, and it's just, oh, I want to watch this. Is it on there? No, it's not on that one. Is it on the other one? I was like, at this point, you've got to own about 6 different subscriber things, all charging more and more each month to watch something, just because that physical stuff is harder and harder to get hold of. Little Britain, classic funny thing. I don't think that is available commercially anywhere now. BBC obviously ripped it away because of the PC stuff. They're like, yeah, you can't get away with saying that now. But to then not have it available in a lot of places, and the prices go up, okay, because of that. So it's just inflation based on demand for something that was made 10 plus years ago. But yes, I'll just stay on for a bit more, and yeah, answer any questions that come up. Camera your own, but you can't get rid of. Good question. Love to hate. Love to hate. Camera I can't get rid of. I think I ended up doing, I think those ones which weren't so good. Mainly the ones that have gone faulty, to be honest. The ones that fully work, I find a hard time to get rid of. I didn't bother selling the TR 2000, the high 8, which was really early one, 94, 95. That died a death. It was obviously, it's a capacitor sign. That was when caps were a problem. And it had issues from day one with the buttons not working. But then it started to keep flashing about the tape being at the end. I was like, oh, the tape must be the end. Then it was like, oh, is it the battery? Because with Sony cameras, the old ones especially, they double blink. It can either mean 5 minutes left of tape or battery. Turns out it was neither. The camera is very, very faulty. Caps were getting worse and worse. And then it stopped recording and it was giving the CR32 error. So at that point, the camera had to just be disposed of, unfortunately. Recapping cameras is not one of my skill sets, so that'd be amazing. No, that 12-volt guy, 12-volt vids, is it? He does amazing repair work. I wish I had those sort of skills, but he is literally an ex-Sony sales person for doing repairs. So he did it back in the day. Still does it to this day for people like me who are still buying the old cameras. can't get rid of though. Is there anything I can't get rid of? I don't think there's any cameras now that I couldn't get rid of if I wanted to. The FX1000 is a big one. I love it. I certainly don't want to get rid of it, but it would probably because of price-wise, it wouldn't sell that much these days because people find it more and more hard to justify spending that much money on a tape-based camcorder, I would imagine. But unless it's the FX1000, in which case people will just keep buying that. Yeah, no, as I say, still this is my favorite of this, the 8mm size. It's just everything about it really. Even though it doesn't have a flip out screen, turns out I'm not too fussed about it. I didn't need it back in '98 and I don't need it in 2024. It's nice to have, but yeah, when you're recording anything other than yourself, you don't need a flippy out screen, as nice as it is. But yeah, I will do more favorites covering them. This box out here, ugh, heavy stuff. It's good it's all around me, really. It's almost like I planned slightly to have stuff around me at easy arm length. Can't speak. Cameras. Actually, there's one that I love it because it's functionally very good. I did have it up for sale for a long time. No one seemed to want to buy it, probably because of the cost. But this camera here, which I did pay more than the going rate because it came with a bunch of stuff, the TRV 330. This is a Digital 8 camera that has the ability to play the older ones, which is why it's a great camera. So you can play your video 8, your high, and the Digital 8 all in here. But it also has AV inputs, so you can plug in a VHS. I did have eBay, but I got rid of it. Let's quickly answer that one. Because I'm not paying tax on cameras that I already paid tax on. This new law that's coming this year, and I flatly refuse because you're already paying eBay fees and then the shipping fees and what have you. So to then pay tax on those sales as well, it's just taking a piss because you're already not making that much on them anyway. But yeah, this camera I paid 170 or 184, and I brought them down for like, I think they had it on sale for 220. I said it came with a bunch of stuff, batteries, what have you. It works perfectly. It's mint condition, apart from the hand strap, which they all go bad. This camera is undoubtedly one of the best because it's got that the AV inputs. Where is it on here? I couldn't find it. The TV cable, basically, they include is not just an output, is an input. So you can put your VHS player into this camera and then feed it via FireWire to your computer and get a digital copy. So it's the best analog version. But in terms of design, I don't like that design. It was the more modern one, 2002 sort of time period those came out. And yeah, I just didn't like the design. Versus this one, which admittedly is more of a tank, the 410, very, very nice. Like this one for some reason more. Massive screen, TRV 410. This is the one generally all the time, which I shouldn't. I should be using the other one because I don't like it as much. But generally, when I've done uploads from the 8mm, this camera is the one that's capturing them, and it has the exact same features. Record input via AV, such as the other one, the same as the other one, and plays all the older video 8, high 8, digital 8, all of it, all in there. But lovely camera, big chunky screen. Yeah. So in future, if I am to sell anything or people are after cameras. And if anyone's watching this live later, yeah, just message me or comment on the video. Let me know you're interested, and I may do some deals through just selling them via PayPal and what have you, because I don't have that eBay store anymore, as I say. The only other camera that's in there is the little Sony, which I don't use that much, AX53, because if I'm doing 4K, I normally just do the Panasonic these days. This is a much more lightweight, very quick, easy to use camera. It's open and power on, what it would do. There we go, delay. Gimbal built in, very good quality, better low light. Battery is flashing, it's already dead. Yeah, didn't mean to slam you, sorry camera. I'll charge that up later. But yeah, gimbal built in, so very, very nice. But the viewfinder, oh god, that's this modern camera issue. That people say in the videos that I saw about it, it's like, oh, good viewfinder. It's good if you're not outdoors. And the whole point of the viewfinder is if you're outdoors, they're flipping out the screen, you can't really see it because it's sunny. It's terrible. I have looked into getting something to cover it. There isn't actually anything official that was produced for it. It's sort of people sticking bits together. But yeah, in sunlight, you can't actually see what you're filming. So you rely on flipping out screen, which is barely seeable in sunlight. So helpful there. So let's put those away. I'll charge that battery up later. But yes, no eBay store, but I will look into possibly selling things through YouTube, and then anyone contacting me, I'll push that out later. That's heavy box. But yes, not much else to say really. Nothing going on but the rent. Yes, content, more content. What should I do next? That would be a good question. What should I do next? Should I do more gaming videos? I do post them so randomly. I would like to do them more, cover more games. Sort of gaming has been a bit stale recently. Sort of the things that I really enjoyed, like Call of Duty, have sort of died a death. So I did the other day, but I was playing the old Zombies, which that game is about 4 years old at this point. There seems to be a common thing with me liking old stuff. Has anyone else noticed? Old tech, old games. I've got the latest hardware, but I play all the old stuff on it. Could have saved myself quite a bit of money by not upgrading, you would say, probably. But yes, that's how I work. I operate. You get PS5, and I need a PS5. So then you need 120 hertz TV. It could have got a monitor, but I went with a TV because I like a big TV. So I bought all that, and then I play games from 4 years ago. Yes. We won't think about that too much. It's not a good idea to think about why you spend money on what things you do. Bad choices, but also good choices, because when you do the 120 hertz and the highest quality stuff, it does look epic. But yeah, if physical media fizzles out, like film-wise, I'm talking about the main problem in games as well. But if it goes to not being able to buy 4K discs, we are really, really relying on things like Netflix and stuff in 4K, and it's just not the same. Yes, it looks good, but it's not Blu-ray good. There's a hell of a difference. I think it's about 150 megabytes per second in terms of different quality. I think Netflix and stuff can push out 40 to 50 max megabytes. My Panasonic HDX 2000 is 200. So yeah, about 150 you're losing. And obviously people that, the cameras that are filming movies and stuff, they're going to be a hell of a lot higher spec than a Panasonic HDX 2000. So yeah, red cameras and stuff and whatever they're using these days for filmmaking is going to be high. But yes, but yeah, thank you for all the support. Thank you to all the new subscribers that see this later. I'll keep the video up just because I've covered a bit of range of everything today. But yes, if you'd like me to make this more of a regular thing, do let me know. I might stick to a sort of Wednesday schedule with it. Just come on for half an hour, whatever. Turns out how many people, it depends how many people are sort of in there and asking stuff. But yes, I think I should do it more regularly. And yeah, as I say, I want to get out more with the old cameras and film stuff, which is what they were designed for back in 1998. So they're doing it now in 2024. But yeah, another reason for reducing the cameras that I was purchasing is because it's become, turns out I'm not the only one who's interested, obviously, because of my subscribers, you can tell. Not the only one who's interested in using these old tape-based cameras. And that it's only taken not long for people to figure on eBay, and now they're charging, as I say, silly amounts. In some cases, people are charging a hell of a lot of money for like a Video 8, not XR, no steady shot, which if you're buying a camera no steady shot with those sort of zoom ranges, it's not going to look good. Even if you've got steady hands, unlike me, unless you're putting it on a tripod all the time, which just kind of sucks because it's a handy cam. It's designed to run about without steady shot. It's not good. But yeah, I've seen like £200 Video 8, no XR, no steady shot, mono, 200, 250. I was like, you're taking a piss. You're lucky if you get 50 for it. But then you've got cameras like the good high 8s, the TR-V65. I sold my 87 for £200. I had it on a buy now for 200, but I had the offers open. That person just bought it because they obviously knew they're a good camera. And yeah, when people normally make offers on cameras, it's ridiculous. Like, would you take £20 for it? Well, it's based on the fact it's charged. I've got 120 with an offer on. No, I probably won't take 20 quid for it. But believe me, I did get a lot of people saying that. £20 seems a good price, does it? Because after eBay fees, that's like 10, not even that. And then you've got to ship it. And yeah, they pay for shipping, but yeah, no. So a lot of people are getting into the old stuff, which is good, but not for me because the demand is higher. And yeah, getting usable ones. And then you've got obviously the companies. I've done quite a lot of tape savings for a lot of people who used to do it on eBay quite a bit, especially during the pandemic, because obviously, unfortunately, a lot of people like myself lost a parent and, you know, a family member in general. So there's loads of people getting those old VHS saved. And I had some big old long jobs. I'm talking, I think one person gave me about 15 VHS tapes, and most of them recorded in extended play, not even long play, extended. I was like, this is going to look terrible on a disc. I was like, 8 hours. It's not good. People back then, I know long play why it was a good feature in terms of, you know, customer demand. Customer demand is like, I'm recording football and then EastEnders, and I was like, oh god, 6-hour VHS. They do not look good. I didn't do them via the computer because you can imagine. And as I say, going back to the problem with audio sync not being a thing unless you bought DV cam in the commercial area. If you try and copy a VHS tape to any computer, it doesn't matter if it's a top end one. It's not about the CPU of the computer, which I used to. Me and my brother used to think, oh, computers are too rubbish to keep the audio. It's not to do with that. It's a commercial issue. So when people copy VHS to computers, which are along 4 hours, after 30 minutes, it could be an hour if you're lucky, that audio will run away like a bitch. And by the time you're into sort of an hour and a half, a 4-hour videotape, that audio is somewhere else. So it just is not good. Not good at all. So with VHS, the only way that I did it when I did those tapes of people was to DVD. And if they don't want that one tape on a DVD, you can have it, but it's not going to look good. Extended play is all right, but no. Extra play, but when you're in like the EP, I think it is, the extra one, like 4 to 6 hours on a disc, or the bloody hell, it's not going to look good. Limitations of bitrate. Maybe it looked good when you were playing on a 14-inch TV. Who knows? Maybe back then that didn't look too bad, and that's why it wasn't really much of a thing. But now, in these days, most people have got, and I used to sell TVs all the time, so I know most people, the average person now has a 15-inch TV. So even for getting like the 4K people and the 8K, Christ, because that's really worth buying. 4K, 50-inch VHS. It's not going to look fairly good. And that was accent from somewhere. But yes, there I go. The conversation's going all over the place, as you should expect from me by now. But yeah, to the new subscribers, yes, I will continue to show you how to capture the old tapes, because despite me making countless videos about it, I need to keep bringing it up. So we'll do that. I'll do more of that. Good news is for everybody though, MacBook or PC wise, FireWire is still the best way to go. The people that keep asking about the USB to FireWire, I don't know why that cable was created. I imagine it was usable for something in the data side of things, but you cannot capture video from FireWire to USB. There was a reason why FireWire was created. USB 2 was too slow, or even the older 1.1, is it? Far too slow for video. So those cables will not capture video for you. You do need to get some sort of converter, where on a Mac it's a couple of adapters from Apple, which are £30 each, but don't worry about that. And then with a PC, lucky days, you can open your PC case up and whack in a FireWire cable still in 2024, and you've got FireWire at the back of your PC forevermore then. And though they don't make, unfortunately, Windows Movie Maker anymore, there is plenty of software. I think Power DVD still do it, good old Power DVD. And their software is still going. There's quite a few options on PC, plus a lot of the older PC applications you tend to be able to use to still capture. So QuickTime, which is on Windows and Mac, you can download it on Windows anyway. Back then, I used to think it was just a player, but yeah, it's had a recording feature for many years now. The little you know, or something like that. The more you know, that's the right one. Yeah. So yeah, plenty of options how to do it. But yeah, it's getting the right device for it. And yeah, that's pretty much where I think we'll end it here, because I've been up on here. I've been live for about 35 minutes. But yeah, I'll make it more regular, maybe put in something in the comments about doing this so people don't sort of get blindsided by me just randomly going on, which I haven't. My mistake has just come on randomly. But yeah, we'll do some more bits of everything. Maybe I should start doing pickups, little shops around pickup of vinyl and stuff. Just to keep it fresh. Got to keep moving, got to keep changing it up. Can't keep putting the same thing over and over again. Can use the same hardware over and over again, but I can't. It's just yeah, stuff to do with it. I'm open to ideas. Please, people, let me know what you want to see from what camera, and if I've got it, I'll do it. But yeah, bye for now.